Hey everybody, it's Rebekah with a K. This is season 1, episode 1 of the Komfort Zone presented by Blk News Network. I am super excited to have my guest for today's episode, Mr. Lael Montgomery. Make sure you're following him on Facebook as well as Instagram. Hey everybody, welcome to the Komfort Zone. It's Rebekah with a K. You guys are typically accustomed to seeing me a little bit different with Touch Taste Thursday, but the Komfort Zone is something fresh, it's something new, and this is something that's being brought to you by Blk News Network. We are live on location. I have my guest for season 1, episode 1, Mr. Lael Montgomery. We're going to talk about a whole lot of different things. If you know Lael, you know he does not hold back. He gets right to the point, and this is a conversation where it's authentic, it's real, it's raw, it's uncut, it's unfiltered, uncensored. So whatever comes up, comes out. And that's just how I was going to roll with the Komfort Zone, because you got to be comfortable, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So welcome to the Komfort Zone.
Thanks for having me, Becky.
Anytime you are a friend of the show. So I'm so glad to have you here with us today. And I want to jump right in. So let me ask you, you have been here stomping for Jesus a long time in these streets. You've been an advocate, you're a civil leader, you've been on the city council in Zachary. Why are people always so angry with you?
Because it's like the same anger that's angry at me is the same anger that killed Jesus, the same anger that wanted Moses dead, the same anger that killed Malcolm, the same anger that killed Martin. It's the same anger. People are mad at the truth because I represent the uncut truth. And it doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't care about how much money you got. Like, I'm gonna tell the truth on you. I don't care what your status is. See, there's a lot of people who think, oh, I'm here, I'm untouchable. With me, who can get it? Anybody.
Ooh, not anybody.
Anybody can
Shots
get it.
fired. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I wonder though why when people speak up, speak out, whether that's black or brown person, it's always so much, and they start digging in your financials. Then they're digging into your associations, and now they want to know, who was your best friend in kindergarten. So it's why is it such a heartburn when it comes to a strong leader from the black or the brown community speaking up and speaking out?
Well, when you get a black leader that speaks out, I have to be discredited, right? Like, for instance, that's the first thing they do is try to discredit you, right? So, of course, they're gonna come against me, try to go in my background, all that, but I mean, I had secret clearance. I was in the Navy.
Exactly.
Like, everything, like when they go look at my background, it's clean. I didn't start getting in trouble, per se, until after politics. Like, recently, last year, I started the freedom of speech for a Facebook post from some stupid woman in Zachary named Lael Tankston. Y'all gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, I mean, it's like they came at me because they want my voice shut down. Because they don't want, like, masculine black men, it's a war on us.
Why is that? What is the war about? And do you feel that, what is it that black women can do to help, I guess, shift that dynamic to where we can protect as well as like stand shoulder to shoulder?
Well, yeah, like the black women, what black women gonna have to do, like sometimes, like with real black leaders, men, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta like step aside and let them lead. Sometimes, like, black women, like, I love y'all black women, but sometimes y'all do get in the way.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
We get in the way?
Yeah, y'all getting, like y'all get in the way, per se. I'm gonna give you a prime example with me, right? I've never said this publicly, but since I'm here, I'm gonna say it, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a black woman that split my vote.
Really?
A black woman that ran against me, that never done nothing for the community. They offered her a bag, she took it, and she ran and she split the vote. Like, that's what a black woman did to me. You know what I mean? So I don't hold that because I got 5 black sisters, nieces, and a daughter.
Yes.
I love them, but I'm just saying, like, they've been using black women to manipulate black men. Ever since welfare, that's what that was, and it stems from that. Even in slavery, the black women, some of them had to stand in the gap for us,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know what I mean? They tore us down in front of them. You know what I mean? Then they made us feel inferior in front of them. Then not only do they take during the welfare era, they take the same money that they was giving white farmers.
Right.
It's the same money, and told the welfare of black people, you can get this money, but you got to get the man out the house.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But it's the same funding that told the same people in the Midwest that if you get this land grant and you grow all these commodities, we encouraging your families, and we're gonna give you some money, and you can go to college, and you know you can be Warren Buffett. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like with that, you know, we need black women to really understand that, like true leaders, yeah, we need y'all. You know what I mean? But sometimes y'all can be in the way, and sometimes you have to be humble enough to understand it. You know what I mean?
I can dig it. And I read a post on the way here that said that, you know, it's not that men aren't wanting to be vulnerable and wanting to have conversations and let women in on what they're feeling and stuff. It's just that women are problem solvers. Some are problem solvers by nature. So it's like our brain is working on how we can solve the problem and not actively listening. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's like, see, with black women it's different, man.
Is it women in general, or is it black women?
No. Like.
Do you have experience with other women other than black women?
I'm speaking from a black woman perspective.
You've been a black woman before?
No, I'm telling you, I'm speaking for the black women that I've been around.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
There we go.
So when it comes to like my sisters, I can go by my sisters and my daughter now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The whole situation, if you look at it, it was by design that y'all don't want us to lead y'all. It's by design. We have to, all that come from slavery, all that come from that. We have to undo those things. And those through some hard conversations that we're gonna have to sit down and have with our sisters and brothers.
True.
But we gotta have those hard conversations. You know what I mean? Because I mean, when you speak from a biblical perspective, the man leads.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like y'all are real bone. Like now, like women ain't supposed to lead us. You know what I mean? They have to lead. Don't get me wrong. You know, when you got a grandmother, a mother, and that father gets locked up, yeah, the women have to lead. You know, but they like it's called kingdom for a reason. Because the king protects the whole, you know, the kingdom.
Gotcha. How does all of that affect your dating relationships and your outlook on relationships, especially when you are meeting someone who may not necessarily have the same ideals as you? And how do you balance that to where there's a productive, healthy relationship and it not be so combative?
Well, I'm single, so I haven't met nobody that understands.
What are some things that you've noticed as far as the divide of where we are societal? You have, like you mentioned, you have all of these women who have been raised to be leaders because their fathers weren't around, or they didn't have male figures, or, you know, the fathers of their children or whoever are not available, depending on whatever the circumstances is. And now there's this uptick of, I don't know, I call them passenger prince, where the men want to be in the soft era and they want to have the feminine energy and certain things on that. So how do we circle back to where, like you said, the man is the head of the house or the king of the home and taking care of everything else underneath that?
Man, that's a great question, because I often think about how do we get back to that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, those principles, like we're the chosen people, right? So we have to get back to what's written, to what God said. We have to get back to that. Like once we get back to that, like in order to understand that whole concept, you have to get out of self. You get what I'm saying? So as long as you caught up in self and world stuff, then you'll never understand that concept. Like you have to get out of self, think about the world from a family type perspective.
So what about those that don't believe? What about those that don't believe in the Bible, or they don't follow Christianity and they just know what they know? How does that come into play? Well,
it's like family is based on biblical principles, right? So if you don't believe in the Bible, then you don't believe in family. So there's no way I can give that to you. So I wouldn't even waste my time giving it to you.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
You feel what I'm saying?
No, that's fair.
I mean, I'm just being, it's brutal, but it's honest. I mean, why would I give you a biblical principle when you don't believe in the Bible?
Correct.
Once you tell me that, then family, how could you be family? Like, family is a biblical principle. It's not a worldly principle.
It's not, but if you don't believe in the Bible or you weren't raised knowing the principles of the Bible, but yet this person has great values, they have a great core, they just don't have that inner portion of a religious belief like yours, how do you just not count them out?
It's like, I'm not gonna just count them out, but I mean, if they don't, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if you talking to me, right?
Yes.
Like this the thing, like, I'm not trying to really fit in with nobody. Right?
Okay.
Like I have my beliefs, you have your beliefs. So if I'm talking to you, right, and we're trying to meet a common goal, you know what I mean? We can meet that common goal without our religious beliefs, of course, right? But if that common goal is based on biblical principles, like family, how can somebody that don't believe in God and the Bible and somebody that do, how can we talk about family? And it'd be a legitimate conversation.
Okay.
It'll be an argument. You get what I'm saying? So me in that moment, I would just fall back.
I think all religious beliefs have a family aspect of it. I think it's just what you feel is the best way to pull from that for yourself.
Well, yeah, you said, now you talking about religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said religion. You know what I mean? So I was speaking from an atheism perspective. You remember you was like, they don't believe in God.
Yeah, they don't.
So.
But that falls a part of the question, like the lining of the question of they don't believe what you believe, but they do have some type of formal religious backing. Or they may not have any at all. They just go with the wind and just float on like a butterfly through life.
Well, I mean, if they don't, like, this is my point, though. How if they don't have a religious backing, they don't have biblical principles, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, they ain't gonna understand me. Because I base my whole life is based on biblical principles. So if I talk to you and I discover that you don't have that in you, at least something. I'm not asking nobody to be straight, you know what I mean? But that biblical principle means that, like, for instance, you're not gonna kill nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Unless they really put you.
Yeah, well, you have to defend yourself.
Yeah, well, you have to defend. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So, like, I don't think that I could talk to somebody about family and they don't have a God. Like for instance, like when you talk about all these people, you brought up CK and all that. Like, all of them are following him blindly. Like, they putting him on a pedestal like Stephen, like Christ. Like, he's none of that. He may be an anti-Christ. You know what I mean? So they don't want you to tell the truth because of this. This is why we can't speak on this.
So here's my thought on that. Now, while I recognize and I do, sympathize with the fact that, he was a father, a husband, someone has lost their loved one.
Yeah.
I can appreciate, having sympathy and empathy for that part. But what about our leaders that were fathers and husbands and uncles and godfathers and all of that stuff that lost their lives fighting for freedom of speech? Yeah. Like, again, that goes back to selective outrage, like I said. Like, where's all of that? So now you have, people being canceled, or like Jimmy Kimmel. Like, that was a whole thing in Starbucks. And, like, so it's all of these other selective outrage nuances now that I'm like, well, why can't we get that same level of outrage when it comes to our leaders?
Well, we're not going to get that with our leaders because America was built on oppressing and killing our leaders.
True.
Like, they don't want me, like, for instance, they don't want me, right, being as militant as I am, They don't want me to raise up and lead people, because I'm going to lead people the right way. I'm not going to lead them to the slaughter. I don't care about money. I don't have no price on me. It's all about righteousness with me. You know what I mean? I'm not going in the room trying to get in. I'm at the end. I was at the end of my career.
Gotcha.
I wasn't trying to go out there and find a career for myself. I was just standing on business. And I mean, like, that's what we got to do. Either we're going to stand on business as black leaders or we're not. But I'm going to tell you how we got to this point. We got to this point because when they go low, we go high.
Yeah.
We kept letting them slap us in the face. We kept on doing it. Oh, we forgive you. We forgive you. And then they tied us up, right, and bonded us and took every right that we had. They've been taking them away. They go to think tanks. We go to prayer breakfast. What are our leaders doing? Like, damn a prayer breakfast, man. Let's go to a think tank and let's figure out how we can get out of this situation.
So with all of these think tanks and all of these, coalitions and all the things that have popped up in Baton Rouge over the last 3-4 years, you have like the CVI movement, and you have a lot of these things that people are trying to bring together for peace in communities, and bringing minds like yours and Eugene Collins together to help push the needle forward. But it's always so much infighting. Why is that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of these think tanks, well, not think tanks, because they're not really having that. These are funding grabs. You know what I mean? They're grant grabbers.
Gotcha.
They're grabbing grants, they're grabbing funding. Most of these people, they're not even engaged in the communities that they're in. They cannot walk in the park, they can't walk in the South, they can't walk through Brookstown, they can't walk nowhere, but you're getting the funding to help the people. You're giving the funding to the wrong people. You need to go in the hood and give the person the funding that's really doing stuff in that neighborhood. It's a true leader in each hood that could touch everybody. You need to find that person. Until we do that, everybody, it's a funding grab. I'm gonna come in here, they got this funding, this grant, file this 501c, do this EIN, get all this money out of this community, send people in there, do something on a Saturday, shoot some basketball, and take all the money out of here and get the hell on. That's what's been happening in Baton Rouge. Do y'all know that all the money that Baton Rouge got for, what was that program, that it went to the police? What was that damn program, man? We had the meeting in Atlanta with that program. All that funding that was designed to go in the neighborhoods, it went to the Brave, to the police, to BRAF, to them. It never made it to the neighborhoods. That's the damn problem.
And so how, with making awareness of that, how do we redirect that, and how do we start asking the questions of where's the money, release the funds?
I mean, you can start asking the questions, but you're going to be labeled me. Are y'all ready for that? You ready for that? I mean, you could go, once you go and start asking for the money, then they're going to label you. Better make sure, like, they're going to hit your background, try to see what you got. That's what they do. When you try to go and you try to seek righteousness, then they wage war against you. You know what I mean? So that's what, when you go follow the money, make sure you're squeaky clean.
So what about those that have now found themselves in positions of power or authority, of influence, where they were in the community and now they're at City Hall, or now they're in St. George City Hall, or now they're in these other spaces and places where they have the opportunity to bring awareness to the communities that need this funding, or they have the opportunity to reach out and say, hey, Rebekah, there's a grant for such and such. Who do you know? Or Lael, there's a grant for this, that, and the other kind of program. Why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they reaching back to help those communities that kind of push them to where they are?
It's like with everything going on, is you have to have a heart to do all that. You know what I mean? Like, that goes back to when I told you about righteousness. Like, it don't matter like how long they stay in office. You could judge a tree by its fruit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they're not giving nothing. Like, they're not, because I'm gonna be honest, half these people, they ain't even qualified. They don't even know how to go get the grant. They don't even know how to they don't even know what paperwork to fill out to get the grant. That's what's at City Hall. So when you're looking for them to get money, they're not qualified. They're not educated. They just got on a campaign, went door to door. They could talk good, they dress good, and they in office.
How do you feel about this split with you living in Zachary, and you know Zachary, or basically St. George was modeled after Scotlandville initially, but now Zachary Central, whatever. So now you have the incorporation of St. George. How do you feel about that and the roads that it all led to getting to where St. George is now?
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, for me to say this and be from Zachary, but this goes against my own good as a Zachary person, right?
Okay.
But I'm gonna be real with you. Like, Zachary Central, Baker, we raping Baton Rouge. We are like, oh, y'all gotta pay for all our stuff. We only pay for certain stuff. We may pay a little taxes. We pay taxes to y'all, but when somebody go to court, they gotta go to Baton Rouge. Y'all mosquito abatement program here. Some of y'all roads, y'all gotta come here. All that. But when it come to our school, all that, then we separate.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we raping y'all. It's time for y'all to get rid of the councilman for Baton Rouge, for Zachary, whoever represents Zachary Central. It's time for y'all to get rid of that seat and run this city yourself. There's no way this city, 85%, is ran by what it's ran by. And it's not like inner city Baton Rouge don't even control Baton Rouge. Man, all y'all funding coming to Zachary, Central, and Baker. I'm sorry, but
no, it's true. It's factual. It's factual. And so, do you feel like this next go around, this next mayoral election season, that you're going to start to see a lot of more people taking it seriously and really going out there and voting and really trying to get their voices heard?
They should take it serious about voting now, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, Louisiana is the easiest place to steal an election. You know why? Because the only votes that are accounted for in Louisiana are your early votes, your mail-in ballots, and your absentee ballots. Those are the only votes that they can count. They can actually go back and recount. Those votes that you file on election day, they can easily be stolen because they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing to go by. They're not on the computer. They're not nothing. They're just there.
And I'm a person, I like to go and vote on election day because I feel like early voting and all that stuff can be so convoluted and it can be confusing.
So my biggest thing to black people now, if you really want your vote to where, if it is something that go down and you want your vote counted for, early vote, man. Because then they can really see where you early voted. They cannot count. They cannot go back and find those election day votes in Louisiana.
Are you in favor of them adjusting election locations as well as days? Because like we saw with the gubernatorial election, it fell on a Saturday during homecoming. So that was like a whole thing and everyone was all upset and enraged by that.
I'm going to be honest, that election was planned before homecoming. Like our black colleges, a lot of people got mad at me for this, but I'm going to say it again, and I mean it, and I'm going to stand on it. They shouldn't have put Southern homecoming and Grambling homecoming on the same day as a governor's election of Louisiana, because you're funding from them schools depending on that election. Y'all shouldn't have done that. That should have never been done. And they had the information way before they scheduled those games. So they chose to do that.
I think it may have been a year, maybe more than that. I think I posted on Facebook or something alluding to the athletic directors of these schools looking at the schedules better.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you,
better about
y'all need to see who getting paid and see who getting positions. Some of this stuff is intentional.
There's that part. Okay, well, what is it that you want to leave us with today? What awareness, what call to actions, just whatever you want to discuss, and you just lay it all out there. Again, don't hold back. So
yeah, well, what I want people to do, man, we gotta be consistent with our votes. Like, for instance, we can show up for one election, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but man, when we show up for like 4, 5 straight elections and those numbers that we do, then we can go to the table and start talking. You can't go talk to the table, man, when y'all don't show up to vote. What am I gonna tell the people? I can't guarantee that you're gonna show up to vote.
Right.
But now y'all wanna vote, but it might be too late. To be honest with you, it might be too late. Your vote might be too late. You know? So, as far as voting, people need to go elect. They need to go not only vote, but you need to elect the right person. Y'all need to study these people. and y'all need to put the right person in office. Because if you put somebody like, can I say the word, Sam? Sam B, you know what I mean? I can't say that word. Well, y'all know what I mean. When you put when you put people in office that don't have our best interests at heart, you might as well put the KKK in that seat. And then the Democratic Party, y'all weak. Y'all been weak. Louisiana Democratic Party been ran by a Democrat who was married to a Republican for the last, 6-7 years. So it's like y'all weak. The Republicans, they just step on stuff and show you what you do. Democrats, and they go low, we go high. Them people that storm in the Capitol, man, them people don't care about rules.
Right.
So what are we gonna do, man?
Okay.
I don't know, it's like, we have to put the right person in position, put the right people around them. We have to unite, you know what I mean, as a collective. It's gonna take knowledge, wisdom, and God to get us out this situation.
What's next for you?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking. Like, I ain't gonna put it out there, but I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Zachary. What you think, Zachary? I don't know. Zachary, Baton Rouge. Who knows?
This has been season 1, episode 1 of The Komfort Zone. I'm Rebekah with a K. Make sure you go to my website, RebekahBrumfield.com. If you would like to be a guest on the Comfort Couch, again, thank you to my guest for today, Mr. Lael Montgomery. Make sure you follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and make sure you're following the show on Facebook as well as Instagram and YouTube. I will see you next time. Bye. And today's episode is sponsored by Lauder Beauty. We have a body cream, we have a body polish, as well as a face mask. Make sure you go and you follow them. It is a woman-owned, black-owned company. And you can always find all of these products on our website at RebekahBrumfield.com. Make sure you're also following Blk News Network, who is the sponsor of every episode of The Komfort Zone.